Hello, mech fans, and welcome yet again to the Gundam Roundtable, where we are here to talk about those big bots that have changed the world. That's right, we're here to talk about the next episode of Gundam. Not that you exactly needed much of a clue from the title Gundam and the headline. Yeah, we do stuff. I, of course, am Ironcaster, here to once again introduce and talk about some big robots. I like talking about some big robots, and here we are. We are yet again to do that. We are of course here to the whole point of this was to of course introduce people into Gundam and to some stuff they may have overlooked, and have some fun along the way. But of course, I can't just sit here and talk to myself. Which is why, of course, one of our favorites up in the chat would be Mr. Fenrir. How we doing, buddy?
How's it going? How's it going, boys and girls? This is your favorite wolf talking here. We're talking about some big robots and probably not going as insane as Amuro's father. If we can just be that.
Yep, yes, Zach, you're right. We decided to jump the gun a
Yes,
little
we
bit.
are. We are.
But I mean, come on, can you help us? Can you help me? I mean, I can't help it. Look, it's a chance to talk about some bots. I'm feeling good today.
Yeah,
I might be
it's
running off
energetic.
with a little low sleep, but I'm not gonna let it stop me. No.
Yeah, there's just something
Screw
about
that.
watching a bunch of people kill each other with giant robots. It gets you just moving.
Hey, I'm sure that word will be good 2 minutes into the start of the stream. Oh, the YouTube algorithms will love that. But,
Oh, yes.
so how's it going, Fenrir?
Well, it's the usual. Just acting, relaxing, living life as it is. Got myself a new icon there for the pics. I'm thinking about upgrading to a charred breast one, but we're gonna have to
Hang on,
wait and see next week.
oh, we gotta get a look at that. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, send that my way. Maybe I'll try my Cracker Jack Photoshop skills.
Good luck with it.
Ah, okay. Thanks for that. I figured that was probably the case.
The only
Well, I
politics we would
mean,
ever talk would be if design or the Federation are either right or wrong.
right. Yeah, so it has been a heck of a week. A lot of interesting things have happened, but how much of that really has to do with big robots? I mean,
Not much.
look, I love me the honking, the trucks and all that, but there's no robots.
Unless if you count Power Rangers.
Which that I have been kind of looking through the core rulebook for the role playing game.
I've just been looking at the comics.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's been a fun one. Like getting into the Eltar War.
Yeah. Gotta admit,
Yeah.
this new lore, I am enjoying it. I really can't wait until they make something with Zio. I'd like to see what the terms are gonna go with.
Well, I mean, like I was saying to you, I think they're gonna take their time with it because, I mean, look, Zio was one of my favorite eras as well because that was like the Megazord I remember playing with the most as a kid. I just don't. I just think that looking at that franchise, that Mighty Morphin era, those that original like the Dino like Megazords and Tommy Oliver as the Green Ranger. That's the bread and butter. I think that's probably the. I'd have to look. I have to go do some digging into it, but I think that is probably just the most iconic era. That is the most memorable one because I don't really see much else of other seasons getting released on Blu-ray. Which actually,
Oh,
I'm
come
gonna look
on.
this up now.
The Red Ranger Tommy would have been so cool.
Oh, I mean, we got that like Lord Drakon.
Meh.
Just meh, dude. No. Lord Drakon in the comics is like the best thing they could have done.
Yeah, I know he's the best part of the comics. Yes, I know he's an endless badass and a pretty terrifying villain when he can be, but I just want to see him as a Red Ranger. Because if you do see him like that, there's a possibility we can see him as a Black Ranger in the future and so on.
I mean, kind of looking over it, just now I'll pull this up real quick. Yeah, just kind of looking on Amazon, for example. I don't really. All I'm really seeing for anything that's being sold is basically just, like I said, cashing in that Mighty Morphin era.
Who the hell is buying the Power Rangers movie? And the
And
Turbo
that's a
movie too?
what about Turbo?
They're buying the Turbo movie too.
I mean, some of the Super Samurai, I guess, does
Okay,
have
how is
a.
Lost Galaxy around 7? But what the heck is wrong with the modern fandom?
Like I said, I think it just it needs to be that Mighty Morphin era for it to sell. I mean, I don't know much about anything else, but I mean, I talk with a couple people, and it's like that's the only thing that matters. Like they have the Morpher from that era, but I guess you could probably look at like Ultraman or Kamen Rider for kind of getting something I think that would be have a lot more cross popularity.
Yeah, still, I'd love to see the old schools, the other Zords.
Which, by the way, Ultraman is pretty fun, and from a little bit I've gathered
I
of and kind of been checking out with Kamen Rider, that is all kinds of
I
cuckoo
have seen
bananas.
I have seen Ultraman. I've been seeing the first season, and I gotta say, a lot of murder they've done.
You
But
you
they
should
could
go
just get
check
away with murder. Actually,
you should go check out the second series, Ultra 7. That one was actually intended to be a more I guess the idea was kind of they aimed at a bit of a more mature audience with that one, so it was more kind of overall for the whole family sort of thing. Where like, yeah, people don't make it out. Plus, I think it's on sale for like $10 right now on Amazon
huh?
for like 43 episodes or 50 episodes somewhere thereabout.
All right.
Which hey, that's more that sort of mecha sort of stuff going on. They sell little model kits. They fight guys in big rubber suits.
Well, I wouldn't say Ultraman is mech. I'd say it's more just literally dudes in rubber suits fighting against other kids.
I'd say it's
But yeah,
mecha adjacent because he does get like allies that are just a big robot.
depends on your definition of robot. But yeah,
I mean, like a literal big giant robot. Oh, but that's just that is so far off of the woods and the weeds of what we were talking about. Oh, sorry, itch. Yeah, so should we move on then?
yeah.
Let's get things started. Gundam fight all set. Ready? Go!
I love that clip.
Yeah,
You know, I was kind of turned on to that clip and realized that I should use that when I saw Bounty in the comics use it.
yeah, that, yeah. I always wanted to speak. How I always thought you kind of ripped them off there, but I kind of was afraid to open my mouth.
No. It's fine. It's like, hey, look, the difference between ripping off and paying homage or whatever is
Plagiarism.
the citation. I mean, look, I'll admit it. Like I saw them use that clip, and I said that was a good idea.
Mm.
So, we are of course covering episode 34 of Mobile Suit Gundam, entitled "A Fateful Encounter." So, getting started. The white base, of course, has been staying over at side has been at side 6, where it has been in the process of repairs. Which, you know, given the events of last episode, I'm surprised they were able to stay, really, where the mere act of them being at this neutral colony of Side 6 brought fighting to it and caused a lot of wreckage and damage in the process.
Mm.
So like I said, I'm just really surprised that they didn't just kick them out then and there.
They gave him a couple of minutes before getting the hell out of there, but I gotta see that's generous.
Let's see. Of course, we get Mirai and Bright on the bridge, who are kind of bickering back and forth a bit, talking about all the issues of the red tape, the fact that just being here has caused so many headaches, as well as Mirai's own not wanting to be around
marital issues.
Yes,
Let's call them what they are.
to be around, not wanting to be around the fiance.
Yeah, I really thought he was gonna hit the bucket this episode.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like some kind of noble sacrifice to show that he is a man.
yeah, it seems like they were really building up to that, and I feel like you're kind of you do wind up seeing to an extent his idea of that sacrifice, and it's as good as it was to see him do it. It was unfortunately a little, too little, too late for him to actually get that message.
Yeah.
Yeah. The white base has, however, been fortunate enough to get some maintenance and repairs while they were here, so it's not a total loss for them. Just a loss for Side 6.
Yeah. They had the. Look, I enjoy neutral zones just like the next guy in a situation of war, but that can be very annoying.
Oh, you mean my mind immediately goes to in Futurama with the neutral people.
Yes.
Like, if I die, tell my wife I said hello.
I have no opinion about anything and nothing, so I will not speak.
All I know is my gut says maybe.
Futurama was the greatest thing ever in the history of humankind.
God, there was a video from the channel's name was Quinn's Idea. He used to be Ideas of Ice and Fire, and he did a video. Yeah, actually, I shared the video about a week or two ago on Twitter, where he was talking about how the guy was talking about how Futurama was the show that made him fall in love with science fiction.
I have to admit, at some point, it was beautiful.
Mm-hmm. And
it had these ideas, crazy things going on. It was hard not to fall for it.
Yeah, I mean, it's like you would think it's the future, everything could be awesome, but everyone in the future is like, this is just the normal day, whatever.
Exactly, because let's be honest, that is how we would do it.
Yeah, I mean, do you think you're happier today than someone from 1,000 years ago is?
Bunch of guys who are pretty much used to all that crap, and none of this means nothing to them.
Yeah, like 1100 AD compared to 2022. And you're probably no more happier than they are. And it seemed like that show was basically pushing, and that it would probably be the same that way going forward.
Yeah, it's exactly how I think people would be in the DC universe if it was real. No one would care because this is already normal crap from the weekend. And probably be very pissed because their city gets destroyed every day.
Hey, King Dolphin. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying to get it pronounced right, and I will one day remember how to say it right. Filican. Wow. Feliciano. And I keep doing it. And it's one day I will get it right, and I will be able to like clip it. The white base, however, is caught, is stuck waiting for. Wait. Feliciano.
Feliciano.
Feli-
Feliciano. Aaron Feliciano.
Sorry, just call me King Dolphin. I'm gonna wait. One of these days, we're both going up on a
His
stream, and then
name
you
is
can
literally
yell at me about this.
Feliciano. His name is literally Feliciano. It's not hard to say. It's impossible to fail at saying his name.
I thought I had that right, but
Feliciano. Thank you.
Feliciano.
I got it right.
Okay. Yes, we're just here for me to mispronounce names like that. Brightest Dur.
Okay, let's just move on, dude.
Wait. So I have to do something first because
Mm.
I deserve this one. I swear I can feel it.
Eh. Yeah, I don't think she hits as hard as Bright.
So speaking of Bright, Brightest was asking about where Amuro was. Who we do discover that he is driving around Side 6 on on one of the buggies, only to be caught in one of the rainstorms because of course on the colonies they can actually produce artificial weather, which you
Oh,
know you
right.
yeah
Makes sense.
that's all like man made. It's like you kind of
Yeah.
don't even think about it sometimes. We're just like where you just think of it as like, oh, a weather rain. Yeah, it rains sometimes.
I mean,
Wait, we're
this is a world where they have giant robots and can fly through planets and give life on other planets. Yeah, this is actually something to be expected.
to which Amuro was commenting that they should have given him that no one gave him a schedule for when the next rainstorm was, because they can schedule these things. And wanting to get out of the rain, Amuro stops at a small house for cover. When as he's standing there, as he's standing under the awning waiting for the rain to let up, he gets a sense of something. You know, we this similar little burst of something mental that Amro's feeling that tells him to go look out back, where we meet a young woman.
Who
I mean,
shows signs of special mental abilities of unknown?
and as Amuro walks over, he sees her commenting about how sad it is, just as the bird collapses into the lake. Not just as it happens, but rather just before it happens. Which
Yeah.
cues us in that there's something more than it would appear to Lala.
Yeah.
So what was your thoughts? You know, meeting Fenrir, seeing all the kind of the weirdness, kind of the Esper psychicness going on.
Well, it was surprising, but they had to do it. They had to do it sooner or later and add more than just giant robots.
I mean, to be fair, we had also kind of let you in on the fact that this something like this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So you weren't
They're
exactly
wondering how
going
they're
in.
gonna mix. They're wondering how are they gonna mix this with the Gundam? Are they gonna serve as predictors to see where the attacks are gonna come up, or use psychic energy on attacks? Makes you wonder.
I know, and maybe in the next few episodes we'll get to see more of that. I mean, we have a whole another what 8 episodes left to go before we're at the end.
Yeah.
So the two of them stand and talk for a bit, just as the weather begins to clear up. Yep, let me catch up. And we get to cover a brief little moment here of these two seeming to hit it off, which is about one of the only few female interactions Amuro's gotten outside of the White Base and outside of a military structure.
Yeah. Yeah. Not a redhead, so we know the love interest thing won't happen.
No, but she is Indian,
No. So we know
and of
Armor only
course,
falls for the redheads.
hey, Mr. Grant Gregory, I see you're a fan of Lala, aren't we all?
Yeah, some level, but I think she's taken by Char.
Well, that's yet to be seen. Apparently, she's taken to running away because with that she simply runs off, leaving Amuro left to
Okay, that
more or
was kind
less
of weird,
wonder.
even for the vibe she was giving. That she just walk in slowly into the distance and just out of the blue missed out and disappeared. That's what one would expect.
It's like, hey, I think the children of the corn forgot one of their own.
I got that.
Meanwhile, at the Legion of Doom,
Which is in space.
the Zanzibar approaches Side 6. The Zanzibar, of course, being the one and only, at this point, ship of Shar. Who is in the process of talking with one of his men about the battles to come, how Lala will soon be of use with them. Which would give you a bit of an answer to what you were just asking about.
Yeah.
Of course, Konskin is off pouting because he knows Char's gonna laugh at him.
Yeah, this is going to drive him mad. The fact that the idea
Oh
of
yeah.
someone laughing at him, even though he can't see him, that is what's going to drive him mad.
Well, remember that was largely because of Char was this plucky upstart who came from nothing. And by the way,
And might be
It's
because
Shah. He's come to laugh at me.
he's not a endless chubby.
yeah, yeah, I probably won't use that clip too much. It just doesn't seem to work. But anyway, so Konskin is still lamenting his own complete humiliation in the previous episode. Which, of course, we then cut back to the White Base, who is unfortunate enough to discover that the Zanzibar is parked right next to them. So here we are. We're at the red light. This bitter enemy is sitting next to you, and there's a cop. Kitty corner. You know better than to race off. You have to play nice. While sitting next to the enemy.
I mean, I can feel the rage out of the little guy out there. I mean, The guys who killed Rio are right there, right freaking there. All they have to do is shoot one damn missile to get them out. I
Yeah,
can
and
feel it.
surprisingly enough, it's Hayato here who's getting all worked
I
up.
know. I know.
I mean,
That's why I said
by
little
and
guy.
large, yeah, by and large, he's basically been just kind of there.
The silent guy. That's the thing. That's why it's so surprising. He's speaking. He's the silent, level-headed guy. He's the
Yeah, I
one
would
who's
say I
speaking
would
about
say if
breaking the
anything,
family.
Hayato's always been kind of that reliable one because he was like one of the first people to get tossed into a mobile suit, besides Amuro.
Yes.
I mean, he's always just in the gun tank, pushing them buttons and blasting them baddies.
Yeah.
To which, of course, Bright, being the level-headed adult here, who knows better than to let the radioactive backhand of justice loose, orders them all to lock down and stay on the ship. Because Lord help anyone who decides to throw the first punch, to throw the first stone, to start fighting inside of Side 6.
Meh. I,
The
I'd love
amount
to see
of paperwork.
it.
Bright is one swing away from being right. Using might. Oh. Bright as all might. As no. Bright is one slap man. Well, I can make heroes.
Yeah.
So Cameron meets with Char and gives him a similar spiel about not throwing, about not fighting, which of course he understandably would agree to as well.
Yeah.
Any thoughts, Fenrir?
Hmm. I I just have to say I enjoy Guard's way of manipulating the scenes. He literally dominates everything he's in. Even in a civil conversation like this, he dominates it. Just showing that he is the king and you are the bit.
Yeah, I mean that's Char for you. He's playing the long game. He knows that there will be time for justice for righting any wrongs later. I mean, he's waited how long on getting revenge on many of the other members of the zombies? There's how many zombies left? He's he's not exactly someone who's gonna lose his cool at the first chance.
Yeah. Yeah. Like to see him in a fist fight though.
Oh, you might just see that down the line.
Like he's that kind of guy who just stay quiet through the whole thing and just kick the other guy's ass.
Well, for some people, life has a funny way of doing that. Like, of course, the moment Amuro's father, who's still dealing with the brain damage derived from oxygen deprivation. But don't worry, he's totally got it all together. He's up in the head. Guys, he's fine. Wait, that
He's going insane. He's going Joker insane.
in the membrane. Insane in the brain. So we cut back to Amuro meeting with his father, who's so caught up in dealing with uh with wanting to know about the Gundam, with the work that has basically dedicated his entire life to, and he's not really getting to. And Amuro's not getting through to his father because all his father asks is Gundam, Gundam, Gundam. Like, I know. Ooh, we could fix the Gundam. Yeah, we'll put an air horn on it and a sombrero, and it'll play La Cucaracha. Wait, no, that's a bad idea. 3 mariachis,
Yeah,
3 maracas. We'll paint the stars and bars on it.
seriously, dude. Let's just move on because this is getting too freaky.
What? Don't. How's the Gundam? Did you talk about the Gundam, Fenrir? Surely, the Gundam. The Gundam. The
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Gundam.
I took care of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. So the Gundam. Here, I've got. Here, put this bag of chips into the Gundam. That'll make it faster.
Okay. Amuro has no luck.
Yeah, I'm gonna go work on more stuff, and we'll get some mail. We'll put the mail in the Gundam. The Gundam will have a mail slot, and you won't have to leave the
You might
Gundam
be
because you
starting
just
to
get your
go
mail in the
crazy.
Gundam.
Let's move on. Might start moving crazy. Let's just go.
What? But I've got more for the Gundam.
Move. Getting out of control.
So unfortunately, Amuro isn't able to get much of a word in edgewise with his father, and so with tears in his eyes, Amuro has to walk away. His father, his father's lost to him.
His mom left him. Father's lost him. The chick he loved died. A lot of his friends are dying. Eh.
And so with that, Amuro is Amuro leaves to drive and think, to contemplate and wonder, what am I going to do from here? I mean, obviously he's got to go back to the white base eventually, but outside of the white base, what does he have?
Not really anything.
You know, I've kind of often talked about how I've often talked about and kind of gotten into a little bit of how Amuro's a tragic hero in a way.
Yeah, he's
That
fighting this war, but what is he fighting for? He's got nothing.
yeah, he's the only thing he can fight for now is to protect others, because all that he had before, all that I mean, he didn't have. In all honesty, he didn't have much of a life before because he was just a shut-in who sat at the computer in his underwear all day.
Yeah.
I strangely identify with him.
Seriously. Come
I mean,
on,
I would
dude.
never just sit around all day and watch YouTube. I do stuff.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That might be in a small part me when I come back from the gym, but that just a small part.
But yeah, outside of the battle, Amuro doesn't have a whole lot to his life. And
I mean, he can finally take a hint and start dating you know who, and probably start his own family that isn't as fucked up. But who knows?
yeah. So apparently in the novelizations, uh Amuro does wind up getting with like Sayla. which I didn't see that one coming. But but
Wait,
Amuro, meanwhile,
wait.
lost in thought, doesn't quite catch it in time as he gets himself stuck.
Does this mean he and Rashad will be brothers-in-law? Oh, that's weird. Think about
Well, of course, Amuro getting stuck here is now in need of having to flag someone down. And wouldn't you know it, someone just so happens to be driving by. And who that is may just shock you. Because, well, if you clicked on the... why am I building up the suspense here? You clicked in the thumbnail, you already saw it. It's Char.
it. Yeah, you should kind of disguise that.
Well, I mean, come on. Is it not just like the best like shot to tease off like, oh, here's the hero and the villain face to face finally. What's going to happen?
Fight, 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 fight. That's what
Dun,
people
dun,
expected.
dun.
I mean, does he have his gun with him?
Uh well, remember they're inside 6.
Damn. This is why I don't like him. So.
I know. We'll bury him. I know. We'll go back to the junkyard. Okay? Yeah. We'll go to the junkyard. We'll go see Amuro's dad, and he'll suggest we used to go stick the body into the Gundam. That'll make it perform better, right?
Enough of the crazy talk, man. See, you're even laughing at it. You're getting crazy. You're making it harder and harder. Okay.
Oh, you know you love it.
Yeah, but still
Now,
gonna have to bump you in the lab in the woods. You'll be doing God for fun.
so what was it, of course, that winds up happening is, why, Char, that darn villain, helps him get his car pulled out. To which, of course, Amuro comments here how he seemed to have known that it was Char before he had even found his name out. We're getting a little bit more of that like premonition that Amuro seems to be having, where we've gotten just little glimpses of it here and there, where we wind up getting kind of hinted and tuned into something going on.
Yeah.
And now you're starting to get actual little, now multiple times in an episode now we're starting to see it worked in. Amuro, of course, recognized that, oh shit, this is Char.
He is script.
But also, with Char is Lala, who was driving, and then we can insert the woman driver joke.
I mean, she's learning.
Yeah, she is. So as they were driving off, Char comments about how Amuro, how this Federation pilot seemed quite nervous. To which Lala responds that, oh well, Char does have a fairly well known title of the Red Comet. He's a bit of a legend himself. Which, fair enough. That's a little disappointing, a little anticlimactic here, though, to suddenly to go from from just this little chance encounter to, all right, well, bye. Not quite what you would expect out of the meeting. So it's it's a bit disappointing, really.
Yeah, we were hoping for something. I mean, it's good they've gone on peaceful terms. Maybe they're trying to build up into something big. But yeah, still be different form.
Yeah, because you got to figure you would love to see just like a moment where like they have that recognition where Char recognize. Well, what we now have is we have Amuro being our little good boy protagonist recognizes, oh, this is Char. This is the man who's tried to kill me so many times. This is the guy who's chased us all across space and back. He has been up the white base's butt so many times. He has like signed his name. Char was here.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I was like, I have like killed so many people that Char has led to trying to fight me, but I can't kill him.
Yeah, the Irish.
Am I gonna? Are we ever to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it was a little anticlimactic, but hey, we got to be able to. I got to be able to tease like Amuro and Char meet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody looking at this was expecting a huge battle.
Well, it is Gundam, and it wouldn't be an episode of the show without some sort of battle going on, which we may just be getting soon enough because the white base is set up to leave. On board the white base, Bright and the others are working on their plans, which is to have the white base leave the Side 6 territory with the Gundam out front. Cameron offers to, of course, lead the way. While he's limited in what he can do, he can at least escort them to the border. To which Mirai is trying to dismiss him as still trying to play the macho man, which he's really not been. I bet in the future Amo never thought he would be chasing Char on a field on a horse.
Isn't that a bit
which
too Mexican telenovela?
You're gonna discover that one. Oh yeah, no, it totally gets like Mexican telenovela at times. Amuro.
Okay. Let's
Tim, I think you of course mean main protagonist, like Chad of the franchise, Slugger Law.
Yeah, he has proven his ranks on this one. Man, if you only had a video just to slap alone.
Excuse me.
Hey, but you gotta admit, he took off the glasses. Gotta admit.
Mm-hmm.
He had the patience and anger to take them off.
Slugger is, of course, is a good man. Why, in fact, I dare say, Slugger is an OG feminist. Because he doesn't just hit men.
That's enough.
Why?
He hits both.
Yes. He boldly goes where Bright doesn't.
And that's why he's better.
Oh, wait. What's this? Jace? has moved. Hello, Jace. Welcome. Why?
Hey, Jace, how's it going, man?
Why? You know what? I think we deserve a little something just for you there. Oh wait, wrong thing. That's good enough. So Mirai is still busy trying to dismiss Slager, or dismiss Cameron here, who she believes is trying to try to prove himself and try to be this macho man and win her back. Which, of course, Slager is had enough of this, and as we saw, gives her a little bit of that bright Noah sense of justice.
Gives her a Brooklyn kiss. What? That wrong?
I've never heard that one. I was trying to find my place in in the notes. So Slager gives her the once over that frankly they need his help to get out. And if he's offering the help, they would be smart to take it. And then, of course, Slager gives them both a bit of that hassle.
Man, I really hope he makes it to the end of this. I'm gonna be pissed if they kill him off.
I'm telling you, Slager's gonna be like slap in the future. And he picked up the slack of Bright, and he's now just slapping people. Oh, do it. I've a few weeks ago I kind of figured out how to change up my screen capture process to where I can now more easily get the video clips, and it cuts down quite a bit on editing for me. But yeah, I do have a bunch of clips, and I'm in the process of getting new clips as we go. Oh yes, and of course Jace would say, "Daddy."
Oh, come on.
You know, so credit to Cameron here, though. While it might be a sense of he's trying to, win some favor back with Mirai, he's still putting his neck out there.
I mean, it was a good offer. I have to admit, Mirai has been acting a bit like a bitch. He's got to go play. I said it.
But of course, just at the border, we have Zeon waiting in tow, waiting to go and snatch them up the moment they're out. They're out into free space where where battles can resume. With while maybe not quite as fearsome a force as last time, it's still enough to cause some damage should they fail to field the Gundam properly, we'll say. Plus, I do like seeing actual people standing in space there, like up in that top left corner.
So what? I'm kind of phased there for a minute, just thinking how fat this guy was. God damn it, he's so fat. How is he in the military?
Well, there's a saying that that in the military there's a phrase they call like the spare tire of command. Mind you, yes, of course, it's only been about a year, but those in command don't tend to be as fit as the actual soldiers.
Well, depends where you look.
Well, it's also going to be a matter of a lot of paperwork that, frankly, prevents you from being able to get that regular exercise. I'm just saying that it's. I'm just saying that. Okay, Tim, that's a good one. Is he the rubber factory of command? I'm not playing the clip again. I don't think Fenner wants me laughing like a fool anymore.
Don't
I
test me.
won't. Which is why you're getting this clip instead. Because I missed it. So, what was it? Koskin's forces have been scrambled and are being launched out with six DOMs using some rather unique techniques to confuse the Federation forces as they are, I would say, in several cases, flying in tandem to try to get on his blind side and flank him. To which, of course, we get one of the DOMs getting right up in the nose of Cameron's little escort ship, which spooks the pilot. You know, I agree to take you so far, but we are escorting a Federation military base, a Federation warship, right to the edge of neutral territory with the enemy right there. They are. It is like butt clenching tension for them. Of course, we get our heroes scrambling. What was that, Fenrir?
You said that.
You're a little quiet there. Can you?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Yep. So we get our little moment to suit up. As Cameron is still, of course, thinking, oh, about Mirai, and presumably lamenting the fact that he's lost her, while he wants to at least take them right to the edge of that territory, take them as far as he is legally allowed, basically, and yeah. So yeah, we get a couple of cool shots here where with the DOMs flying in tandem right over top in a way kind of reminiscent of like the Black Tri-Stars to me, where you got now three space DOMs flying about in synchronized just to flank, just to spook them. But of course, all that hype and that buildup is coming to a close as we're getting just to the edge of the border. As we know, once it's crossed over, the battles begins.
Yeah.
Can't.
But I gotta say, despite its insanity, this battle shows that Amuro's dad isn't completely off the top. I mean, he's crazy. Yeah. Still makes something for
You kind of broke off there.
huh? No, I just want to say this episode showed that even though Amuro's dad is crazy, he's not 100% off the top.
So, having gone as far as they possibly can now, Cameron, and his pilot fly back now. Having to return back to Side Six. At the very least, he wants to be able to see Mirai one last time, and so they fly past the bridge.
Or as we say today, simp for her one last time.
It looks like Frank. It looks like she's flipping him off.
What? Honestly, it would kind of be appropriate being their situation. It really looks like he's giving it the finger.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let me. I don't know how else you can take that. I am zooming in on this as far as I can. It's like,
It really looks like he's giving him the finger. Literally the finger.
yeah,
Seriously, was this something someone in the animation crew thought it was a joke or something?
I don't know, but apparently she's just like, yeah, whatever. She's like, I've got a real man right beside me. He knows how to slap people around. You never did that. Bye. Let me reset my. Okay. So with that, we finally cross over into the neutral territory, where the Xeon forces are revved up, ready to go. But wouldn't you know it, those pesky, the pesky journalists have to show up with the media.
Vultures of space.
Well, at the same time, though, it is important to get this to try to get it as accurate as possible. Though at the same time, they do seem to pepper the language and, we'll say, slant things a bit in a not so neutral means. Wait, what's this? This is Gundam or BDSM furries.
This Gundam or BDSM. Oh god.
Yeah,
This is
there's.
because of the icon, because I can change it. That's the problem.
Oh.
But I always like the classic stuff. That one is a classic.
Fenrir, we need to do something about this.
About what?
You're now apparently tainting the chat with furries.
Oh, well, what the hell? I didn't do anything. Look, majority,
I don't need a kid to tell me how I should do my job. You're a selfish brat.
I honestly don't like those weird.
No one slaps me like Bright does. Calls me Miss Noah. No, call me Miss Noah.
What the hell, Tim?
I believe it. And with that, the Gundam is launched. And jumping out the gate, it comes blasting. With these Rickdom pilots, of course, being just a little bit nervous, having heard the tales of the fearsome Gundam. But not to worry, though. They have strategy. Why, of course, their strategy is just casually flying beside it and spooking it. Well, this worked well and all enough. And as the battle goes on, Amuro's, of course, getting his little hints of and glimpses of how the fighting's going, about things that are just about to happen. I said, "Oh God, that actually looks pretty cool." He's like, "What? Yep,
Yeah, he's
yep.
taking them off.
Get the hell out of here. Pfft, now you're worth my time."
He's flipping them off. this is the one where it would be cool to show the scene to the people watching on TV. And Dad is going crazy.
He's got some fucking like, he's got like a swag strut going on.
Yeah. I wonder if they have fans. No, because if their battles are being shown, or they have fans or something.
I mean, yeah, at the same time, I doubt it, considering this is a war going on.
Yeah, but people who live
Like
on
at that time,
off the war,
uh,
on moments of
and
on
I
moments
think
of,
it's ultimately more of just a matter of people are picking sides.
yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, the strategy I talked about, we're gonna have two coming at him now. But of course, with the television crew there, it means that people inside of Side 6 are able to, at the very least, watch what's going on, as Amuro's father, Tem, is cheering on the success of what he believes to be his parts in the Gundam. By the way, Fenrir, did you put that mail slot in there like I asked? Because
Mm,
I've got some dice I need you to put in there now. And here,
yeah.
put the seal in the suit. The seal will help distract the Gundam. It's gonna save it.
Okay.
Fenrir, put the seal in the suit.
Okay.
And here,
I'll do-
put this drink in there too.
Okay, let's get
Wait,
out of hand.
wait. First, we have to drink it. Now put it in. And oh, cologne. Yeah, that's especially important. Make sure you put the cologne on the Gundam. You got that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, let's just move on,
Okay.
dude.
Okay. So yeah, we can see that more and more of the white base crew have been fighting. And Slager, of course, is still maintaining his cool, as always. Oh yeah, by the way, Fenrir, you hear that? Stolfed Dolphin in the Gundam.
What? Okay, now this is getting out of hand.
Fenrir, Dolphin, Gundam. You got it? Shop smart,
Okay.
shop S smart. You got it?
Okay, yes. Okay, calm
Okay.
down. Jeez.
And while I say many people are watching this, this also includes Char and Lala.
Yes, they're
And as they're
enjoying it.
watching,
Lala's
was
not
it?
reacting much because he already knows how this is gonna end.
You're right, because Lala does in fact seem to predict it, as she seems to be more so calling the future, predicting the future. It's not even close. This won't even be a challenge for the Gundam. It's fought Rick Doms before. It's fought 6 mobile suits before. This isn't any challenge for it. Even if it has to fight 2 of them at the same time. Because it's the Gundam. Because it's Amuro piloting it. That none of these guys are standing up to be a challenge for Amuro. Make sure. In fact, one of the interesting things out of this, while he's fighting, Amuro's getting pretty good at the ammo conservation. He's not. I mean, he's come quite a long way where he's not just spraying and praying and wasting ammo uselessly.
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
evolved.
last episode he was running into battle just counting shots, counting kills. And in fact, they're not. He's not. I mean, he's got a body count of warships. Uh, Quickly, fight it more, or Char will laugh at me.
all of this
He's
men are
not gonna
dying
laugh at
because
you.
it's
Because you're
all
not
of
gonna
this
make it out
men
of this.
all of his men were
Watch.
died seriously because this guy just didn't want to be laughed by a 20-year-old something guy, blonde dude. But that's
Well, it's
okay.
that. It's that, or they get slapped by Bright. But one of those other sort of bits you kind of see is I don't know if this is necessarily a hint of Bright's, or I'm sorry, a hint of Amuro's growing newfound power, or if it's just supposed to be a simple understanding of Amuro knows enough. I kind of think it's sort of the former, not the latter. So I think it's kind of leaning into the this sort of battle awareness that's growing in Amuro.
Maybe he did put the bots in the Gundam.
Because Amuro was able to sort of glance at it, and know what are the weak spots of this ship.
Yeah, I like the thing he did with the sword there. The trick, pretty smart.
So, what? So the blue hair, Konskin, not wanting to be humiliated and this close to suffering the defeat, opts to go for the kamikaze run. That he's gonna ram it, and he's gonna, if nothing else, he's gonna preserve. He's at least get a victory out of this. They can't defeat me. I'm gonna defeat them, even if it kills me in the process.
Yeah, and all of his men.
Many of which he's already lost. They're at this point. This is about him. This is a personal ego issue for Konskin. Yep. And so, with that, he manages to save the day. And so the Gundam flies off. And heads back to base. With that, Lava's able to sort of kind of brag a bit about it as the battle's finished. Of course, Amuro's father still believes himself to be this. That believes that he believes himself to be the big hero of it all because it was his upgrades in the Gundam that did it. Why, they need me. Look at this. Clearly, all of my upgrades. My Fenrir, the dolphin.
No, this is getting out of hand. No.
Yes, Fenrir, come on. We gotta put the upgrades in there. Come on. Upgrades, upgrade. Quick, now put a dollar bill in it.
I'm gonna
here's some loose paper. Put that in the Gundam. That'll make the upgrades.
Don't test, man. You're gonna end up in Arkham.
We never see him again.
Hello.
And so the crew leads side 6, with many of them now having had these emotional chapters of their lives closed. None of them exactly leaving side 6 for the better in terms of that mentality, but in many ways it was some very needed closure. And that was side 6. Well, this was a bit of an interesting part 2 to the episode, I'd say.
Yeah, well,
to
go
kind of
ahead.
close out a lot of the stories that had been going on, where we got to see this situation with Mirai coming to an end, and we got to have a bit more finish of more of this finish
Yeah.
to the story with Amo's father.
Yeah, sad that we'll never see him again. They probably should have had him like do some kind of noble sacrifice.
Oh, Tim, there is an episode that was not released outside of Japan. There is a quote unquote lost episode that we
Yes,
added into
we've
the
already
count.
seen. We've
Yep.
already seen. So go look
Yeah, it
for it
was.
then.
It would have been episode 15, Kukuru Doan's Island, which later this year we will be getting a movie involving some of the events of that. So that is something to look forward to coming up. That is to help plug in a little gap in it. Yeah, it would have been episode 15, where they go to a little deserted island and Amuro meets with a former Xeon soldier, which kind of which did kind of help to show that not everyone on the other side is bad.
A douche.
Yeah. So, Fenrir, what did you think of this episode?
No, I enjoyed the battle. It was very much well animated. I enjoyed seeing Striker beating the crap out of everybody with his slap power and putting everyone in their place. I enjoyed the
Okay.
introduction of possible psychics and espers in this, and yeah, I'm really waiting for the fight they've been building up all season between Armor and Shock.
Well, we still have plenty to go. What did you think of Lala from the very little bit you got to see of her?
Well, she seems to be the enigmatic kind, but and kind of weird. I mean, come on, the way she left the scene jumping like that, I mean, it was kind of weird. What is she, a child? Does she have the mentality of a
Uh,
child?
Lala is fairly young, yes.
Okay, that explains it.
Oh,
But yeah, it was good. I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
oh, really?
Yeah,
As for myself, I I think it was very important to have a lot of this stuff, though. In a way, there does feel really the most important part of this episode was introducing Sayla. But I mean, by and large, both those stories we felt kind of redundant with when we already kind of got the basics of those last week.
yeah.
I mean, I like seeing the Sayla, the Lala stuff introduced, but I think I'm a little lower on this one. I'm gonna go a 6, just because
Okay.
it feels a little redundant at times with it.
Seriously, a 6.
Well, I mean, okay, maybe a 7.5. I think
Okay.
it's about a good solid like C plus B minus, which I would say is about a 7.5.
Okay.
Which hey, we don't always have to be in agreement on these things. So, and I think that could be oftentimes more interesting to see those disagreements. I mean, it would be like if we were going to talk about a certain Disney Plus show
Which one?
involving helmeted warriors.
Ah, okay then.
So B plus for the Slugger slaps. Oh
I'd give it an A
yeah.
plus.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, we'll bump it up to the solid 7.5. Just because Slugger slaps, I like it. Oh, oh, that felt good. Had to crack the back. Oh, apparently Lala is 17. By the way,
Huh.
so like basically more or less right between Amuro and Char in terms of age. So
Okay.
I think it does make it interesting to put to. She adds it in as she comes in as sort of a bit of a complication because now it seems like there's almost a little bit of a you could say just a bit of romantic interest is kind of planted here.
Yeah, maybe. But would they go that crazy stupid? I mean, are they really gonna go those levels? Are
Sorry, what
they?
was that?
Are they really gonna go to that level of Mexican stuff?
Lala,
No, no, no! Don't
Amuro,
put that idea on my. Don't put that idea on my head, dude. Don't put that idea on my
Sha.
head. Okay, stop, 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 stop. Just stop, dude.
All right. Well, I think we've been here long enough. Should we wrap this up? Unless
Yeah, we
there's
probably
anything
should.
else you want to talk about?
No, I'm good.
No, she's Rose Tico has nothing on Lala in the potato sack department, though. Yeah, potato sack dress or just a big sundress, I guess. Well, all right, Fenrir.
Yeah,
Do you have anything coming up this week? Any streams?
I have absolutely nothing. I'm thinking about doing a 200 sub stream, and if I call you up, it's probably gonna be for the karaoke thing, so you can sing the Gundam theme. Yeah, I'm planning
Oh,
for that.
jeez, it's gonna be terrible. I'm all
Yeah, it
for it.
is. Yeah, it's a celebration. It has to have some terrible stuff.
All right.
But yeah, I'm planning for
Uh,
that at least sometime around this weekend or the next one. But yeah, it's more of a design.
Okay.
I still need to plan it all out.
as for myself, I have around 32 flavors of Nick Weiser Friday. We are doing the Inhumans.
Yes, finally.
Finally gets
And
to talk
how and we
about.
will prob- and at some point probably gonna have to talk about how they pretty much downgraded them to X.
Oh, trust me, that's gonna get talked about.
Yeah.
Which, yay. But, all right. Well, to bring things out to a close, guys, thank you so much for coming out and having a little listen. I want to thank everyone who stopped by in the chat, including Mr. Grant Gregory, Nerd Pro Yo Life Form, Brightest Day, of course, King Dolphin, aka Mr. Feliciano. I think I said that right. And of course, Tim Christ and Jace Fox. Guys, I'm always open to hearing about some more big robot stuff. If there's a show you want me to talk about, look into, give me some recommendations, shoot them my way. I'd love to hear them. I still have to get around to watching Battlestar Galactica. I've not seen that either. That or I need to get into Space 1999. I have a lot of sci-fi and robot stuff to get into, but that's neither here nor there. The links to Fenrir's and other fine channels can of course be found down in the description. If you like what we do here, shoot me a like, let me know, send some love, share the videos around, because I want to talk about some big robots, and I want you guys to show me some more big robots, because Don't we all win if we can talk about things we love? Good night, guys. Have fun. Take care. Watch out for falling falling colonies, because you never know when Xeon might be up to something. Take care.